All right, good morning. How are we doing, everyone? It is March 11th. We're taking a look at NASDAQ here. So, yesterday, you have the big trend move lower, break of that prior day's low, a break of Friday's low. We get the flush down into 19,300, downside level of interest. We're almost into, with this overnight move, we're almost into the 2 year volume point of control, which is right around 19K. Backdrop remains bearish. Bearish, of course, on all time frames. What I'm going to be looking at for this morning is how price responds to the 19,500 area. Take a look at that intraday. You can see the importance is the prior day 5-minute RTH chart. You can see the importance of that 19,500 level of interest. And pretty orderly trend day lower right there. So if buyers can show any sort of push above 19,500, we can look at some continuation up through the overnight high to potentially show a partial retracement of this prior day move. Now, on the flip side of that, if sellers are able to show that acceptance below 500, remember it is a seller's tape for now. So below 500, below prior day volume point of control, I'll be looking at 300, 19,300, which is right near that prior day low, and then down into the overnight low. So that's the game plan for this morning. See what we got on the economic calendar. We have jolts at 10 a.m. So watch out for that 10 a.m. data print. NQ has already put in a 1 ATR move during the overnight session. It's pretty wild. And we have about 1 minute till the open here. So NQ sitting right on VWAP. Right on the VWAPy. All right, about 30 seconds till the open. Hope everyone had a good session yesterday. Pretty wild action. Remember, no matter what happened yesterday, today is a new day, fresh slate. Fresh slate today. Here comes the open. NQ right near VWAP here. 431 is your VWAP. Very slight gap lower from the prior day close. Prior day close looks like 465. Session volume point of control right there, 454. All right, let's see how this 454 is going to be treated. Prior day volume point of control area, and then up into 19,500. There's a new low of day rejection at that 454. Remember, with all this volatility, we have way wider structures. Way wider structures. Make sure you drop size to account for those wider structures. Otherwise, you may be in for a surprise. You may be in for a little bit of a surprise. We don't want that. NQ coming into the low, session low. Not much to do just yet. Opening 5-minute bar closes as a doji. A little indecision. Doji, doji. Let's take a look at the other indices here. Pretty much everything is puking. You got ES into 5,600. Session lows. You got YM into the lows. You got Russell into the lows. So NQ on its own. NASDAQ doing whatever it wants. NQ coming into session highs here. So again, we're looking at session volume point of control, that prior day volume point of control up into 500, 19,500 is the main watch. There's your new high of day. New highs being made on the sesh here for NASDAQ. Here's 500. So let's see this test here. ES, nice bounce versus that 5600. Beautiful level right there on ES. If you trade the S&P, that is. All right, so what we want to see now is if buyers can show some acceptance here above 500. It's kind of the main question now. Overnight high is up at 585. Not seeing an entry personally, so we're chilling. We are chilling. Dom long into resistance. Yeah, so still seller's tape. It's going to be for a while until we start to see some big structural shifts. Let's see how this 19,500 is going to be treated here. Whether buyers can test that overnight high. Game plan remains the same. Current session high is 540. Check out that 5-minute RTH. So a little bit of prior day resistance right through here, right? Let's see. Let's see what buyers have to say this morning. Coming into 550. Not bad, not bad, not bad. No level 2, no order flow. No level 2, no order flow. No need for that, if you ask me. Let me take the trail right there. Take the trail with a little slippage, unfortunately. Reading the tape is just a generic term, can mean anything. Did I say that earlier? I don't even remember saying that. I don't even recall saying that, but I just use very basic price action concepts. You should know that, Irvin. You're in the TMG. The whole system is outlined in the TMG. It's very simple. Market structure, price action. I've experimented with level 2 and all that stuff. Just found it to be more noise than signal personally. Not saying there's nothing there for some traders, but for me, just complicated things unnecessarily. And I like simplicity personally. NQ back into 500. Back into 500. I did not get a re-entry. Yeah, right back into highs. If you got that re-entry, trim some off. Staying patient now. We've got action above 500. Kind of in the halfway point between 500 and the overnight high. Yeah, volume point of control there at 538. 15-minute bar closes here in 3 seconds. It's a bullish 15-minute bar. See if it shows any follow through. And coming right back into 500. This is a third test of 500. Test number 3. Don't love seeing that volume point of control above current price point. There's your 38% fib right there. One point shy of TP. Now back to your entry. Risk is dynamic, remember. So if you don't adjust your trail when price is 1 point away from your TP, your risk to reward, then is probably going to be massively negatively skewed. Risk is always changing. It's not a static thing. NQ back into session high, so that third test at 500 holds. I only tried it the one time. See how this structure resolves. See if we get a new high. All right, NQ new high of day. Overnight higher upside reference point. Here's that overnight high, 585. Little break of the overnight high there, a little tick above the overnight high. It's getting more interesting now. Oh, nice, Noah. Nicely done. Let's take a look at that prior day structure here. So next upside level, 650 for NASDAQ. So far, the game plan is working pretty nicely. Coming into 600. Again, that upside target here is 650. If you happen to be still riding. All right, Russell, take care, man. Sell zone from yesterday. Let's see. Oh, yes, sir. 600 up into 650. Yeah, it's a tough spot. Lockout feature, nice. That really is a great feature. Broker lockout, phenomenal feature. What time is it? We have about 7.5 minutes until jolts. How many got the 500 long? Any of those tests? Anyone? Oh, that's a good call, Noah. Wow. So NQ into that fib cell zone from yesterday, from prior day high to prior day low, the fib. Let's see what kind of pullback we get intraday here. So far, there's just an upthrust of the overnight high as we start to get into 10 a.m. Getting back into 500 here. Keep an eye on this next 15-minute closure as we get into 10 a.m. And session volume point of control overhead at 542. Timmy, you got that short? Nice. I like that setup. This is your spot to cover some into the level of interest. So we got about 4 minutes till data. 4 mins. There's that session volume point of control right overhead, 542. Two men still data. Just a little push before 10 a.m. from that 500 area. Grabbed a little nibble. Little Scooby snack. We got tight trails here into data. May get hit, right? Yeah, there it goes. They're all out. See what we get here post data. All cashed into data. Can see that spread really widen. Look at that spread, my goodness. So into that prior day volume point of control, starting to get into VWAP area here. Let's see how this 500 continues to respond. Back into that session volume point of control, 542. Good volume coming in. A nice push getting into that overnight high. And then your session high is right there near 600. Another pretty good little shakeout of the structure. That intraday structure. Little kind of spring-esque play. Reclaim the 500. New high of day. No position personally. Yeah, right back into that intraday structure. Look at this volume. Huge volume. Yeah, these structures are crazy wide. Look at the volume though. Massive volume coming in. Price just shake out on both sides there. You got to be fast. If you're trading that, you got to be fast. Otherwise, just staying patient. Back into that prior day volume point of control. VWAP area. No post 10 a.m. exposure for me. Got two trades on the morning so far. Session low is 385. NQ new low of day. So like I said, beneath 500, I'll look at 300 level of interest. As of right now, we've got two trades on the morning, both versus that 500 level of interest. So let's see that 300 area, 300 prior day low. Right back into 500. Still a pretty massive volume. So game plan pretty much remains the same. 19,500 is the main level to be monitoring here. NQ right near that prior day volume point of control. And there's your session volume point of control, 542 NASDAQ. How we doing? How's the morning? I'm still just with two trades here. 2 for 2, staying patient, picking those spots carefully. Yeah, Dom, probability definitely favors the inside day. But in this environment, that could easily change. Easily. Could easily change. A lot of cash, a little green. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Look at this 15-minute bar. Whipsaw. Whipsaw City. Yeah, right back in a prior day volume point of control, VWAP area. As of right now, just chilling personally. I'll wait for a little more clarity, a little bit of an easier trade. Let someone else fight the whipsaw. Get this 5-minute. Sell zone from yesterday holding, yeah. Yes, sir. That 600 to 650 area. Tricky spot, like we mentioned earlier. Tricky, tricky. Thankfully, as a trader, you always have the choice to wait for more clarity. Some traders don't leverage that, but you always have the choice. It's always there. You can always do less. Yeah, I like to see action above 500 or down into 300. Anything in here, I'm good. I'm good on all that personally. NQ is bearish and I trade longs. So need the absolute A plus setup. Otherwise, it may as well just be a donation. I'll let someone else donate. I don't like to donate to the market, rather donate to charity. Rather have the donations go to a good cause, you know? Know what I'm saying? Dom, only two setups you've seen that you liked. So I like the action through here versus 500. I like the reject up here for shorts, up thrust of the overnight high. I like this action before 10. Even like the sweep beneath the structure there. You have to be real fast for that one. That's kind of that spring-esque, not a true spring, but it's got that spring flavoring, you know? It's like when you get a top ramen packet and it's chicken flavoring. It's not real chicken in there. That's what this spring is. Spring flavored. And then you have the upthrust up here. That's it. Technically, the liquidity grab down here, the session low, but I would only do that in a bullish backdrop. Although I've not really seen anything through here personally, so pasture raised upthrust, grass fed, pasture raised. Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, we got the Opinicus merch. See what the other indices are doing. So you got YM near the lows. We got Russell near the lows. ES bumping up against 5,600. We're still not even an hour into the sesh. Wow. Technically sitting on 80 points on the morning, but I did drop size last week by about 25%. So 80 points doesn't go as far as it used to. 80 yoints. Still better than 70 yoints. That's true. That is true. It's a good perspective, Timmy. All right, NQ getting into the lows. See if we get the flush down into 300. The flusher. There's your new low of day. NASDAQ, fresh low. We got fresh lows across all indices here. Remember when the market went up? Those were the good old days. I miss it. Nice, Des. Well done, man. Take that next payout. Take that next payout, Des. Back to back to back payouts. Oh, that's a good idea, Dom. Ah, does put a smile on my face, actually. Wow, it's beautiful. NQ, let's see this 300 test. See if buyers show up there. 300 prior day low area. PDL. Yeah, with take profit trader, you can grab daily payouts. I'll put a link in the chat here. Check it out. Use code Opinicus. I think it's 30% off right now and no activation fee. But the daily payout, I think, is definitely worth it. You don't want to wait 5 days, or some of these firms are like 2 weeks. We know why they do that. Let's be real. We know exactly why they're doing that. Let's be real here. They're hoping you bonk that account. Bonk. TPT though, daily payouts, pretty nice. So NQ is getting into 300. I'd like to see a real test here. Real test at 300. Maybe that prior day low as well. I just get front run again. My goodness. They don't want to see me win. NQ, little bounce there from 300. Uptick in volume. It's that intraday fib. Sellers reload at the shallow fib. That was the theme from yesterday. Bounce into the shallow fib, just rolls right over. All right, Steve, take care, man. Have a good one. Switching to the practice account, that's a good call. It's always a good call. All right, a little more than 1 hour into the session here. I'd like to see this area. I want to see the response down there. See if we actually get into there. Still no trades past 10 a.m. Got two trades on the morning. I just have to call it. Let's see. Let's see this test at 300. Let's see it. NQ coming into the lows here. There's your retest of the session low. Volume tapering down a little bit here. See if the lows crack. There's your new low of day for NASDAQ. Here comes 300, down through 300. Prior day lows right there, 272. Prior day low, PDL. All right, there's a real test of your prior day low. See if that prior day low gets undercut. Almost fell out of my chair. Sheesh. There's a little blip below prior day low. Kind of like half standing, Dom. It's technically a stool. It's a stool with a rounded bottom. I almost fall off of it all the time. So it's not a complete sit. Yeah, there's a bounce into 300 and reject. I got this one on Amazon, but yeah, it's just like that one that they offer. It's got that rounded bottom. So you kind of rock around on it. So let's see if buyers can reclaim this thing. Reclaim the 300. Down beneath this prior day low, remember we're looking at overnight low if it fails. So basically if we see these lows crack, be looking at the overnight low, that'll be my clue to call it a morning. And there it is. No reclaim of the 300. There's your new low of day. So what's our overnight low? 139. That's your downside reference point right through there. And then your next level of interest way down here, 19K. Two areas to monitor. ES losing overnight low. Yeah, you got ES through prior day low and overnight low. You got YM prior day low, overnight low is gone. And Russell just now testing prior day low and overnight low. So keeping with the theme from the past few weeks. seller's tape. Yeah, these hourly candles, quite bearish. Quite bearish. NQ, looking at that 5 minute RTH, we had that bounce pretty much into 10 a.m. And the high is marked right in the fib sell zone from the prior day. So even with the big volatility and everything, index continues to trade in a technical fashion. And it always will. All right, let's see what buyers can do here. See if they can reclaim the shallow fib. Shallow fib's just been a wall past few days. Here's a shallow fib, 351. Some intraday structure through there as well. Well, a 15-minute might get saved here. Doji. 15 seconds till that closes. Look how sellers just show up again at the shallow fib. Right back there. Intraday shallow fib. 23% fib. Trailed there, Dom, same. I think we'll call it right there. 3 for 3. Don't want to push my luck. Longs remain tactical in nature with a bearish backdrop. 300 stays on watch. Priority low stays on watch. Got the little undercut of that prior day low so far. This looks better. Definitely looks better up through the shallow fib. If buyers can break this structure point, probably trade up into VWAP. That'll be the real test through here. All right, folks. Decent morning. Had a couple of decent setups on both sides. As of right now, no sustained action outside of the prior day's range, so we could still technically call this an inside day. Hope you guys had a good morning. We'll keep it going in the Traders Think Tank for the rest of the morning and afternoon. But if you've already had a good morning, not a bad idea to shut down the broker, secure those gains, come back tomorrow, see what we can do. If you have any questions, reach out in the Traders Think Tank. Otherwise, I'll see